It's your boy Warren B, um, author of The Science of Greatness, co-authored with James Jerome Bell. It will be out this month on Amazon.com. It'll be in book form as well as in ebook form as well. But I want to deal real quick on the subject of machines. Now let me give you an example of a machine. Christie is in wherever she works. She's working with her other white co-workers. Everything's everything. And as far as she's concerned, she has a level of governance over her thoughts, moods, and feelings. She thinks that she's human until a black man walks in the store. Gucci hat, dark glasses. And when he walks in, he walks past Christie like she ain't even there. And he goes about his business, doing his shopping, whatever. A machine will all of a sudden assume the worst about a perfect stranger. It's called program responses. The real issue that Christie has is that she's a machine that just came into contact with a human being. And most people in this country are governed by program responses. In a city like Cleveland, people really don't need a reason to hate, because hate is the predominant vibe in this city, which is why I can't grow. Hate is like a weed, and you want championships, but championships represent flowers. But the weeds that surround the flowers in this city won't allow this city to ever get a championship again, because of the predominance of hate. Now where does that come from? A city is just a city. It's just a city like any other city. But what makes a city, what makes a country, what makes a nation is the people. Not the city, but the people. People make us a city. Chi-Town, New York, Pittsburgh, Toledo, you know what I'm saying, Tennessee, D.C., Washington, D.C., where I was born. Whatever the case may be, people make up the city. And it's the predominant vibe of that city that you get every time you go there. Every time you go there's a certain vibe. And the people are what create that vibe. The mastermind of all those people's energies combined, it helps to create the vibe of that city. Not to mention the history of that city as well, and the implications of that. But for the most part, Cleveland is a field of weeds. And ultimately, if LeBron James represents love, and he does, then a flower cannot survive and thrive in a field full of weeds. The number one issue that people had for real about the decision when LeBron left Cleveland, and I'm from Cleveland. I was born in D.C., but I was raised in the land. But the number one reason, just keep it real, and Dwayne Wade said it. I always felt it, but I finally heard him say it in an interview. He said that people was really just shocked that people could decide what their destiny would be. That These are not just dumb basketball players, which is another stereotype like Christie would have, but rather individuals who decide what their destiny is going to be. And when your destiny is not to be, what other people think, but you decide, and it's like psych your mind, then people are upset about that. Guess what? You better get ready, because it's about to be more of that. Because we are living in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of knowledge. And the old will pass away. Your ancestors that built this society on hate are out of here. By 2050, you know what they say about whites, by 2040, 2050. I know how to count too. The population is dying. And it's going out with an old age. And people who are stuck in the way things used to be are going out with it. The issues that are happening in this country is happening because this country is on this last leg. It ain't even on its leg, it's on its knee. And falling as we speak, like the Titanic was sinking. It cycles. It cycles. And if you understand the cycles, you know what I'm saying, then you know where you are. Nations begin with good money. That means there is money that's backed by gold. You know what I'm saying? And then the cycles take place. They start beefing up their military. Then they need cash to fund the war, which is going to bring negative karma. Duh. I mean, you've been alive for 6,000 years as a race, white folks, and you still haven't learned the cycles of shit. That's like praying for winter not to come this year. Stupid ass mother. It's been coming forever. What are you talking about? Because you don't pay attention to cycles. You don't pay attention to universal law. Black people need to stop counting on white people to love them. The Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. As you love yourself. As you love yourself. In other words, the way you treat me is a reflection of the way that you feel about yourself. Period. Every human being I've, so-called, every machine for real that I've ever come into contact with in this city reflects the way that they actually feel about themselves. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, then you treat your neighbor based upon the way that you feel about yourself. You project onto others what the fuck you are. And an arrogant motherfucker is beneath me, because I'm confident, not arrogant. An arrogant motherfucker is somebody who has to be better than you. They gotta beat you to the light. They gotta beat you to the stop sign. I beat you. I'm gonna beat you. What did you win, motherfucker? Okay, so you made it to the stop sign. What did you win? Satan's children are governed by the element of competition. I talk about it in my book, The Science of Greatness, which will be on Amazon.com later this month. Satan's children are governed by competition, which means they don't view the world through the eyes of unlimited potential. They view the world through the eyes of limited resources, limited opportunity. And if it's limited, then you feel like in order to feed your children, you have to snuff food from the baby of black kids. That's what you're doing. When you keep the father from being able to provide for his family by setting up a system that where you win all the time, you're on your way out, and so is your country. And what's happening in this society with the economy is wealth is being transferred from one hand to another. The Bible says the meek shall inherit the earth. Haters hate, but they try to justify their hate. It's that left brain part of them that looks for a reason to justify why they're doing it. In the process, they disregard universal law. You're on your way out. It's happened throughout history, stupid. You don't understand the cycles. The end result of every society when it's getting ready to fall, study the cycles of things since you're so superior. The end result of a society is when the money changes from money to currency. Earlier in the process, money gets taken off the gold standard, and that's when you're on your way down. But the final straw is when your currency's value goes to zero. Tell that to Christie, because there's nothing that she can do about what's happening to her country. There's nothing she can do about the jobs in this society. The emerging markets, the third world countries, they're on the rise. America was the shit in the 20th century. Okay. But China, Africa, they're going to be the shit. In India in the 21st century. You mark my fucking words. It's called cycles. If you're 1/4 the intelligence that I represent, then you know what I'm talking about. Cycles. The white man set up America in 1776, and it's already falling apart. You went through that cycle quick, motherfucker. In less than 300 years, the black man ruled the world for 5,000 plus. Asia can't claim that. The white man can't claim it. What's my point? My point is, when you don't look in the mirror at yourself and you don't learn from history, it will repeat itself. Stupid. I don't hate LeBron because I'm not a hater. I'm not Satan's child. A man has to do what's best for him, and I have to do what's best for my family. My happiness is not in somebody else's decision, the LeBron decision. My happiness is not based motherfuckers crying and shit, burning his jersey and shit. That man is on his way to a second ring. Like Dwayne Wade told your stupid ass, LeBron don't care, and neither do I.